What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Fireside Rangers. I'm your host, Eric Wilson. Today, joined by my co-host, Colin Alcabes, for the 2025 FSR Halloween special. This is what, the third year we've been doing this tradition?
I believe so. Yeah.
Every year, somehow the costumes get crazier and crazier. I kind of downgraded this year. I forgot to plan out a costume, but I'm happy to say that for my lack of creativity, you have surely made up for it, my brother. So we're going to get right on into today's episode. We're going to do a quick recap of last night's victory, and then we're going to have a nice discussion about Alexis Lafreniere and how his season's going so far and how he can maybe turn things around. So we're going to get on right into that. But before we do, make sure you guys like, subscribe, ring that bell so you miss notification. Be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, and be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers. Before we really get into it, let's break down the costumes. People might be like, Eric, what on earth are you wearing? I've got my Panthers hat, my Panthers scarf, and my Connor McDavid shirt. I'm a bandwagon. I'm like the guy who just discovered the sport 2 years ago and was like, who do I root for? And this is it.
Those would be the two teams they land on. These are the only teams that he's seen make it to a cup final, if that's the case.
That's true. I mean, and I will say, why do I have this? It's just this is what I wore when we went to Game 7 of the finals 2 years ago. So I didn't buy this scarf. It was given to me by a Panthers fan there. I also have a blue and orange pom-pom for the Oilers. Some nice folks from Edmonton gave to me. But that's my costume story. I've spent all my recent time building this Lego R2-D2. That's what I've dedicated all of my time to, so I did not think about a costume. It's not even done yet, too. But yeah, Colin, yours is kind of self-explanatory, but break it down for me.
I'm a minion. Work for Gru in my spare time. And tonight we're going to steal the moon.
Well, see, this is inaccurate because canonically the minions work for the most evil man on the planet. And unfortunately, James Dolan is still here. So tell me who your real boss is. Anyways, I'm taking the scarf off. I'll keep the rest of the fit on, though. Let's talk about last night's victory. I'll be honest with everybody. It was way past my bedtime. I watched the highlights. I didn't get to watch the full 60 minutes, but I know, Colin, you were up. So let me just pass it right off to you, and I'll jump in when I feel it is appropriate to.
I'll say I thought overall it was like they took a period off, but once the third hit, they took over. And throughout the entirety of the game, they dominated a team that's one of the best teams at 5-on-5 in 5-on-5 play. Mike Sullivan's systems are shining bright. I know we posted a graphic earlier. 3 of our defensemen are in the top 10 in individual stats. I think Gavrikov is first, Fox is like third, and Borgen is sixth. So the defense is coming together, and the play at 5-on-5 is shining. They just need the goal scoring, which is starting to come, as you saw last night. 3 goals from all up and down the lineup. We got Schneider, we got Radish, we got Miller. And I forget who scored the first one. I posted it, but I don't remember.
Brod.
Who is it?
Brodzinski.
Oh, Brodzinski. Right, solidifying himself in a spot over Rempe. I think, like I said from the beginning of the season, Brodzinski should be in this lineup every day over a guy like Rempe. Love Rempe, but I think Brodzinski's better. In last night, or in the 2 games that he's played, I think he showed it in last night, driving the net, making a good play, and scoring that goal. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I thought the penalty kill. I want to give a special shout out to Will Borgen with a huge breakup, a pass that was going down to the zone. It was going to be a surefire goal, I think, or would have led to a high quality scoring chance. And he gets a piece of it with his foot and deflects it, and that was a huge part of that breakup, that penalty kill, with that penalty that Mika took late in the game in overtime to kind of keep us in it. And then eventually Miller will go down. See that Bouchard is taking a nap in the Z zone, and Draisaitl's a step or 2 behind him and cut to the middle and score. I think his league leading goal on Stuart Skinner. I think he scored like 16 times against Stuart Skinner in his career, which is the most out of anybody. And I think he's now 3rd all time for U.S.-born skaters with overtime goals. I think he is either behind Gaudreau or tied Gaudreau and is behind only Max Pacioretty.
He tied Gaudreau. I saw that post earlier.
Which is sneaky cool. I didn't know that's how many overtime goals he has. That's a lot. So obviously he comes up in the clutch. Did it last night, JT and OT, and the Rangers get the crucial second point and extend their winning streak to 2 as well.
Yeah, 2-game win streak. Hopefully this rolls on into November as we move forward. I do need to comment on Evan Bouchard. as an Oilers fan for the day, I don't get how these Oilers fans keep defending Bouchard. He's just not good.
It's tough. Bro got a payday and is checked out.
Was he ever really checked in?
He was. There was a point where he was pretty good.
He has a nice slap shot. I get it, like the Bouchard bomb or whatever, the Bouch bomb, whatever they say over in Edmonton. I don't know, but I just every time I see that man play, I'll take it as a Rangers fan. I'll take it.
Defensively, he's never really been super good, but offensively has made up for that in a sense where. Like, it's not comparable to a guy like D'Angelo, who we used to have, who was really good offensively, but absolute black hole defensively. So he's a little bit better defensively, where you can go out and put him out there on your top line. I think he plays with Ekholm, if I believe so, or Nurse. I don't think. I'm not really sure. I don't know about the Oilers like that, but I know he's not as bad as a guy like Tony D'Angelo, or just like one of those glorified four forwards out there, like I think Gostisbehere is not really great defensively in his own zone and people like that, but he's better than those guys. So, I mean, worthy of the payday that he got? Clearly not. He's looking awful this year. And the points I don't think have been there either. He's on my fantasy team. He's been struggling. But, early in the season, so I know we keep talking about how early it is when it comes to the Rangers. So you got to give the same liberties to the Oilers, who we're now tied with, I think. We're now tied with record.
But yeah, and I know I'm wearing the shirt, but we're not Fireside Oilers. We got to move on from this discussion. So obviously, like I said, wasn't able to watch the game, but from looking at the highlights, good win. As I said, hopefully this continues to roll into November and we start building up some momentum. But let's move on to the second half of this discussion, right? It's the final day of spooky season. Now I know who's having a real spooky season is Alexis Lafreniere. Now I said that for the joke, but I will start off by saying I really think people are over-exaggerating when it comes to how Lafreniere has been playing so far. Are the point totals there? No. Does he have a lot of minuses on the ice? Yes. But is it really his fault? Kind of. He can be doing more. I'm not going to sit here and defend him, acting like he's completely innocent in how his season has been going so far. But I also have to put some of the blame on his teammates. He's creating a lot of chances. He's looking good out there on the ice. I saw one play from last night where Lafreniere basically moved the defenders away, opened up the ice, and his line mate had a breakaway essentially and just shot it right into Stuart Skinner's glove. So, I mean, that should have been an assist right there for Lafreniere. I saw point-wise, I don't really want to hear it. He's created so many opportunities for his teammates. I saw another one, passed it right across the crease, JT Miller right there to deflect it, right up and over the net with a wide open net. So
yeah, I saw that one.
That could have easily been a 2-point night right then and there for Lafreniere. Like I said, he's not completely innocent in this. Can't put all the blame on his line mates and the rest of the team, but we got to give him a little bit of leeway, in my opinion. He needs to be better, I agree, but for everyone that's like bench him, send him down to Hartford, trade him away, take it easy there, pal. But that's how I approach the situation. If this continues throughout the full 82 games, then maybe I'll hear you out. But for now, I think we're okay.
Yeah, looking at his stats, it's definitely a little alarming. 5 points in 12 games. A -8 is the part that I'm the most concerned about. Only one of those points coming on the power play, an assist. So, he's done more work at 5-on-5. The things I want to address here, one is the ice time. He's getting the most ice time he's ever gotten in his career, which is big. You like to see Sullivan keeping him there. I know Sullivan has never really been a guy for promoting the kids, and we saw it last night. He put, I think, a line together of Laba, and Cooley at some point.
You're asking the wrong guy, brother.
Yeah, he did that last night at some point. And it was working. So you're seeing, his ability to adjust as a head coach and work with some of those younger kids where he wasn't really as apt to do that when he was in Pittsburgh. And then I want to talk about the shooting percentage. So through the 12 games, Lafreniere's 30 shots. That's a lot of shots. And you do love to see that. I think it puts him on pace for his second most shots in a season, averaging out at, I think the math was, I did it real quick, 205 shots this season if he continues his pace. His shooting percentage is a 3.3%. Yeah, but it's unsustainable. There's no way you can continue shooting that bad. His career shooting percentage is a 13.3. So he's bound to bounce back.
I can't defend the shooting percentage, right? That part is entirely on him.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's just an unlucky. Like he eventually the pucks will start falling for him. There's no way that he can continue this entire season at a 3.3 pace. It's just not possible. I don't even know what the league average is, but that's incredibly below it. So I think he's just snake bit. That's the thing I've been saying about this team as a whole is they've just been snake bit. I think once one comes, like I know he scored 1 goal out of his 5 points, but like once he gets a couple in, I feel like the floodgates are going to open. It's like when you're playing NHL with your friends and that goalie, the computer goalie lets in one, and then all of a sudden you can't save anything. I think that's what's going to be what happens when the Lafreniere starts, getting that confidence and scoring goals. They kind of go hand in hand. I think right now he's really down on himself. Probably it's a confidence thing. He knows he's shooting and kind of doing the right things on offense. But the shots just they're not falling his way so far. And I feel like that's the case with a lot of the Rangers. And you're starting to see that turn. I think Taylor Raddysh is a prime example of that. A guy who's shooting the puck and it's going his way. I think he leads the team in goals right now. So, you need to keep that mentality, just keep shooting. And the goals will come. Especially with the way that this team plays at 5-on-5, like I said, and I mentioned before. I think we're the second best team at 5-on-5 in the league. Whereas how long has it been a problem? We've talked about it every season, going all the way back to I don't even know. It's been so long. You could argue going back to Vigneault, we've been a bad 5-on-5 team. So it's astounding to see them kind of actually play good 5-on-5, play good defense. I know it's right now it's not the most exciting hockey because the goals aren't coming, but when they do start coming, I think this team is really going to be a force. But -8 is concerning. If you're not showing up on the stat sheet, then you need to be playing good defense. And a -8 indicates that you're not doing that. So he needs to pick it up defensively. That's going to be the case. And that's also part of his line. If he plays with Panarin, Panarin is one of the worst defensive forwards on the team. He did it last night. He's constantly, if he's behind the skater, instead of taking this extra strides, he reaches and he'll take that hook. We've all seen him do it a million times. Playoffs, no playoffs. The effort when it comes to the back check for Panarin just isn't there. And that can kind of hinder his teammates sometimes and his line mates. So I don't think that's entirely him, but it is a big reflection on him. So you'd like to see him kind of buckle it up a little bit defensively. But that would be my only complaint so far. Obviously, everybody's calling for his head already, calling him a bust. We've been having this conversation forever. He's 24. He's younger than me, playing against 30 to 40-year-olds. So I think you just got to temper your expectations for now and kind of – he still really hasn't found his footing. He had one semi-good season and where he had that 57-point season. That was the season that the Rangers popped off. And he's kind of struggled to find his footing again ever since. And I think the loss of Trocheck also doesn't help him as well. But I've been yapping. I'll let you go now.
No, I mean, I think you said it perfectly, right? You made a lot of good points. I just want to reiterate, I'm not defending him completely. I think the lines he's on and who he's playing with are contributing to the problems, but like you mentioned, he's not playing good defense. The shooting percentage is horrible. That is on him, and he does need to improve. But it's kind of the same thing you're seeing with a lot of these players. JT Miller, Mika, Panarin. I don't know what their shooting percentages are right now, but I guarantee they are not that good either. Keep shooting the puck. Eventually they're going to go in. The analytics are saying that we're playing good. We're a great team. All we're lacking is the goals. So we said it last episode, just keep playing good hockey and the goals will start to come, and so will the wins. We're on a 2-game win streak now heading into November. So I'm not worried at all about Lafreniere. Talk to me about this again in two or 3 months. If it's still like this, we'll make another episode about it. But it is Halloween. Colin, I know you got to go to a nice family dinner in your Minion outfit. I need to finish building Lego R2-D2. So I will say that about concludes the 2025 Fireside Rangers Halloween special. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss notification. As always, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, and be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers. Hope you all have a lovely and fun and safe Halloween. But most importantly, let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
And not the Panthers or the